You guys started making some changes right away, right? You mentioned, kind of share with some people, what are some things you're like, we got to do this right away. We got to change how we've been doing business.
So I remember asking Missy, the plumbing coach at the time, like, where do we start first? Like, what's the very first thing you would do? Because I just have to do something. And she said, start with the service fee. Just implement a service fee, and you'll see it does not change the world, but you'll see that it does actually create some revenue there that you've been giving up for years for no reason. So we started with the service fee. And then it was, get the uniforms and the price book so that the guys felt like they were service technicians when they walked into the house. They had a uniform and they had a guide. And I think when you give them those two tools, then the rest of it is really things that you kind of figure out along the way.
That's a good point. It really is. Yeah, you got to start making more money right away. And then all of a sudden you start making more money, you can make other changes and investments in the business. I think that's a great insight. David, what were your thoughts? I mean, again, you were an apprentice at the time, right? So, but you're still, I guess you had some kind of trainings, right, Ginny, to go, hey, this is this guide and this is how we're going to use it. I mean, maybe talk about that part. Well, how did you introduce the guide to everybody? Let's cover that part.
Seems like we did our very first one printed by Minuteman Press, great partner at CertainPath. Denise has been wonderful to work with. And I said, Denise, I don't know what I'm doing, but print me a guide that I can hand to my guys.
Yeah.
So
you did it early.
Yeah.
You did it pretty early.
We did. Yes, we did it that summer. And so, and I knew, we really didn't even know the future of the country at the time, but I was like, okay, get us the price guide. And that just gave the technicians at the time, and he was doing more construction really at the time. So he wasn't introduced much to the guide. But when we threw that guide out there, we had a lot of gains. We implemented a Fun Friday. Tried to do Wisdom Wednesday, but we're still working on that. That's a training day. Wisdom Wednesday. It was Motivation Monday, Wisdom Wednesday, and Fun Friday. And put that out on the board. And we actually last year, towards the first of the year or the end of the year before, we got away from the Fun Fridays. And I think that's where the morale really started to. It was like they just, they needed something to look forward to. And David's the one who suggested, hey, let's bring this back. That's something that we did.
But I can't say that. It was them. They came to me and said, hey, we want this back because it was fun. And so that's when I presented to Ginny.